front. There's the points. 4 more points, Team Black. Vicious Vice with a star pass for Team White. It is Trunchbull now with the star, and Higo Quick calls it off before Trunchbull gets a chance to get to the pack. So after that one, we are 24 points Team Black, 4 points Team White. And we're on to the next one. Nice empty penalty box. So we're 80 wheels on the track, and everybody gets to play. Lucille Brawl, another newbie with the star on the helmet. Against War Bunny for Team Black. 2 brand new skaters taking the stars in this jam. So let's hear it for these 2 skaters. The first time on the track. First time as jammers. Not intimidating or anything. And it looks like War Bunny, Team Black, is out first. Just waiting for the refs to indicate it. There it is. Lead going to War Bunny, Team Black. Not bad for your first jam, eh? Lucille Brawl still got to get through the pack cleanly, but there's 4 points on the board for Team Black on War Bunny. War Bunny back to the back of the pack. Oh, sneaking through on the inside, getting caught up by Indigo Montoya in the tutu. There they go. 4 more points, Team Black, for War Bunny. Lucille Brawl sneaking through on the inside, out in a scoring position. War Bunny back in the pack and finding more points. There they go. 4 more points, Team Black. Lucille Brawl coming round. Going to try and get to the pack as well. Put some points up for Team White, but it's War Bunny going to hit the pack first. Lucille Brawl sees a hole on the outside. But it's War Bunny putting 4 more on the board. And it looks like there is a penalty. Yeah, I think that's a back block penalty being given to War Bunny. So it is a power jam, but the jam time's out anyway. So War Bunny sitting in the penalty box is going to be a power jam. Hang on, 2 jammers in the box. Did not see what that second penalty is for Team White. It was a cutting penalty. So that's interesting. End of the jam, 2 jammers in the box. I'm pretty sure that's going to release the black jammer War Bunny first off as soon as the whistle goes. And then I would assume that Lucille Brawl will come out straight away as well. 36 points for Team Black. 4 points for Team White still. So there's the whistle. War Bunny on their feet in the box. Now sitting again. Refs are just trying to figure out exactly what's going to happen. It's not for me to call it. Hunky, our wonderful head ref this afternoon, is our man in charge. And there goes War Bunny out of the pack. I think basically what's going to happen is that War Bunny is going to be on the track by the look of it as a power start to this jam. But I'm guessing... Oh, there we are. The jam actually did start. There you go. We were just waiting for a jammer. So War Bunny is the only jammer on the track, but now Lucille Brawl is being released as well. So we are going to see 2 jammers. Both going to fight for position, try and get the lead. Don't forget, these are two brand new skaters. First time playing, first game. So that's the black pivot being sent to the box. So white blockers are on a 4-3 advantage for the moment. No pack being called. That might release Lucille Brawl. Yes, it does. Lucille Brawl is our lead jammer for Team White. Let's hear it. First time on the track, picking up lead in their first game. And Lucille Brawl coming through, finding more points. 3 points for Team White. And the jam is done. So 36 points for Black, 7 points for Team White. Next two jammers are ready, and the penalty box is empty. It is lock and load for Team Black. And for Team White, it's Sloppy Joe. As they say, that was a whistle. And that was the whistle. So, lock and load being sent to the penalty box. It's a power jam for Sloppy Joe, Team White. Back to the pack already, looking for points. Sneaks through on the inside line. Beautifully done. 4 points to Team White. Team White going to make the most of this power jam. 30 seconds to do as much as they possibly can. Lock and load on their feet in the box. Sloppy Joe back into the pack, out of the pack. 4 on the board for Team White. Lock and load being released from the box, so we do have the two jammers back. Lock and load through the pack now. Back in a scoring position. And Sloppy Joe breaks through on the outside, picks up 4 points for Team White. Way to go. Lock and load back into the pack. Jam gets called. One point being given to the black team there. So a score. 37 black, 19 points for white. And on to the next one. It is Loco for Team White and Pepto-Bismol for Team Black. That's our two jammers. Loco being recycled. Pepto still struggling to get through. No lead at the moment. Pepto getting taken out to the outside line. Loco blasts through for Team White and picks up lead. Pepto-Bismol now through as Loco coming round to the back of the pack. Oh, look at that. Way to go. 4 points, Team White. Pepto-Bismol up at the front of the pack, coming through as well. Loco at the back, getting recycled. 4 points on the board for Team Black. No pack being called. Pepto-Bismol pops out the front. 4 more points, Team Black. And Loco heading to the box for a cutting penalty. So it is a power jam for Team Black. Pepto-Bismol looking for points. Sneaks through. Oh, getting 4 indicated, but a cutting penalty. So that is going to release Loco from the box. It's a jam of musical chairs. Loco coming out of the box. Now a power jam for Team White. And that's our jam timed out just before Loco could get through, but picks up 2 points for Team White anyway. That closes the gap a little bit. 45 points Team Black, 25 points Team White. So we have a power jam for Team White. Polly Rocket with the star, the only jammer on the track right now. Pepto-Bismol on their feet in the box. Going to head to the track any second. There they go, just been released. But Polly Rocket being given lead for Team White once again. Pepto-Bismol breaking through. Initial pass now in a scoring position, but it's Polly Rocket coming around to the back of the pack. Bursts through the blockers, picks up 4 points for Team White. Pepto-Bismol comes through as well with 4 on the board just as the jam gets called. So 49-29 is our score. And we've got 17 and a half minutes left to play in this first half. Sloppy Joe taking the star for Team White. And Andy Demick for Team Black. There's the whistle. Again, nice empty penalty box. And it is Team White. Sloppy Joe being given lead. I think that's 4 jams in a row. Team White picking up lead. Andy Demick stuck behind those 3 white blockers, 4 white blockers. No pack being called. Andy Demick gets let go. Now in a scoring position, but it's Sloppy Joe back in the pack. Couldn't get through, got recycled, so called it off with 2 on the board. Once again, closing that gap between the 2 teams. Holding Team Black to 0, 49 points, 31 points. In favor of Team Black right now, but that can change pretty quickly. Gravedigger takes the star for Team White, and Banjax. Banjax, a brand new skater as well. First time on the track, first time jamming. Banjax being held back by white blockers at the back of the pack. Gravedigger digging that hole through the blockers at the front. Being given some assistance. No lead being given out yet. White pivot sitting in the box. 2 jammers still struggling to get through. And it is Banjax being given lead. First time jamming, first time lead. Look at that, way to go. Gravedigger trying to hold the line, but doesn't quite do it. Getting recycled. Banjax back in the pack now, looking for points. So, jam getting called off. No points anywhere on that one. So we'll move on to the next jam. Under 15 minutes left to play in this first half now. Another newbie, Chapel Throne, taking the star for Team Black. And Vicious Vice, again, two brand new skaters playing their first game. Vicious Vice we've seen before. Chapel Throne not taking the star up to now. Multiplayer being called. And it is Chapel Throne being given lead for Team Black. Vicious Vice still stuck there, but it's Chapel Throne coming around looking to put points up for Team Black. And we have a star pass for Team White. That star is now gone to Super Smash Ho, but the jam gets called. 3 points on the board for Team Black. 0 for Team White. So the next two jammers are ready. For Team Black, it's Loco Skater. And for Team White, it's Concussion. Oh, Concussion laying waste to the Black pivot, being given lead for Team White. Loco Skater, Team Black, also in a scoring position, but it's Concussion coming around on the inside. Doesn't quite make it through. And calls it. 0 points. And an official timeout being called. So official timeouts give the refs time to get things correct, or to correct the scoreboard, or whatever else needs to be done. So we do have two skaters ready to go. For Team White, it's going to be Bear Witch Project, and for Team Black, it's Pepto Abysmal. Looks like the official timeout is over, so we are ready to go. We have two blockers sitting in the penalty box, so it's a 3-on-3 pack. There's the whistle. Oh, and a cutting penalty straight off the board there for Team White. So it's a power jam for Team Black. Pepto Abysmal is the only jammer on the track right now. And obviously being given lead. Pepto Abysmal coming around to the back of the pack. Going to try and make the most of this 30-second power jam. And Pepto coming out of the front of the pack with 4 points being given. Both jammers back on the track. Bear Witch Project comes back in and the jam gets called. 1 point to Team Black though. Holding Team White to 0. So our score is 57 points for Team Black, 31 for Team White, with 10 minutes left to play. Next two jammers are up. It is War Bunny taking the star for Team Black, and Polly Rocket for Team White. Polly Rocket being given a lead straight away before turn one. War Bunny out of the pack as well. Polly Rocket the first to get back to the pack for those points though. And Polly Rocket comes through nice and clean. There's the points being given. 4 points Team White. War Bunny back in the pack. And the jam gets called. Puts those 4 in the bank. And we're on to the next jam. A score still 57 points Team Black, 35 points Team White. And we have Spicy Chip jamming for Team White and Lock and Load for Team Black. And Spicy Chip being given lead for Team White. Lock and Load, look at them blasting out of the pack. Oh, but being given a forearm penalty. Lock and Load being sent back to the box. Spicy Chip going to be on the track on her own, looking for those points. Back into the pack on this power jam. Taking a big hit there from Pepto-Bismol. Bounces back up though. And another one on her knees, but back up. Escapes. That's the way to do it. 4 points for Spicy Chip. And Team White going to make the most of this. These are the ones that Team White needs on these power jams to close that gap. And Spicy Chip tries to come through on the inside. Gets taken down, but stays in play. Lock and Load being released in the penalty box. Spicy Chip calls it. 4 more points there, Team White. That closes our gap. 57 points, Team Black. 43 points, Team White. Banjack's taking the star next for Team Black. And Lucille Brawl once again for Team White. Again, 2 new skaters. First time on the track for both of these jammers. As I said, we do have some new officials on the track as well, which is why we have a few more refs than normal. But Team White being given lead. 2 blockers heading to the penalty box. Lucille Brawl is lead jammer for Team White, coming round to the back of the pack. Banjack's in a scoring position as well. Both jammers in the pack looking for points. And there goes Team Black, 4 on the board. Banjack's putting those last minute points up just as the jam gets called. 1 point only for Team White. Lucille Brawl. So our next 2 jammers are ready. It's Loco Skater for Team Black and Trunchbull for Team White. Trunchbull breaks out first, picking up lead for Team White. Loco Skater still stuck in the pack. Trunchbull coming round. Oh, there goes Loco Skater. Trunchbull back in the pack, looking for points. Sneaks through on the outside line, picks up 4 points, Team White. And Trunchbull calls it. Good call, making sure Loco Skater doesn't get to the pack. Puts those 4 in the bank. Taking our score, 61 Team Black, 48 Team White. With just under 5 minutes left to play in this first half. On to the next jam. It's Concussion for Team White. And Endydemic, Team Black. Concussion sees the hole on the outside line, takes the opportunity, picks up lead for Team White. Endydemic still stuck in the pack. Concussion coming around, looking for that hole on the outside. Didn't find it this time. Concussion picking up 4 points for Team White. And we have a star pass, Team Black. It is Pepto-Bismol with the star on the helmet now. But Concussion coming around with another 4 on the board and calling it off. So our score, 61 points, 56. Clock winding down, just around about 3.5 minutes left to play. Shigo Quick taking the star for Team Black. And Sloppy Joe once again for Team White. Shigo tried to find the line on the outside, didn't quite make it. Sloppy Joe breaks through on the inside and gets lead for Team White. Sloppy Joe gonna hit the pack first. Shigo Quick heading to the pack as well. Sloppy Joe comes out the front, puts 4 on the board and calls it off. Was it fast enough? No, not quite. 4 points being given to Team Black as well. But look at the gap, it's closing quickly. 65 points for Team Black, 60 points Team White. And now 2.5 minutes left to play. Polly Rocket taking the star for Team White. Loco Skater for Team Black. Loco Skater getting recycled. Polly Rocket out the front being given lead for Team White. Both jammers in a scoring position. Polly Rocket got to get around to that pack, put some points on first. There's only a 5-point lead. Team White may get into that intermission as equal, but there's 4 more points for Team Black. Polly Rocket picking up 4 for Team White. And Polly Rocket calling it before Loco Skater gets them. So still a 5-point lead. 69 points Team Black, 64 points Team White. And we are just around about 1 minute left to play in this first half. Vicious Vice is taking the star for Team White. And I see that the Black Jammer sitting in the penalty box, so it's a power jam for Team White. Vicious Vice getting out the front, picking up lead once again for Team White. Time clock is winding down. Got to get those points if we're going to go into mission as an equal score. Vicious Vice back at the back of the pack. Both jammers now back on the track. Only one in a scoring position, and that is for Team White. No pack being called. That lets Loco Skater go. Loco Skater now in a scoring position, but there goes Vicious Vice with 4 on the board and immediately calls the jam off. Puts the 4 in the bank. And we are at intermission. Look at our score. 68 points for Team White and 69 points for Team Black. We're going to take around about 15 minutes, and then we're going to be back for this second half right here. So back onto the second half. Team white, team black, just a quick reminder of the score. 69 points, team black, 68 points, team white, 1 point in it. So we have two new jammers for our first jam. It is Chapel Throne jamming for team white. Again, a newbie skater, first time on the track. And for team black, we have Cherry Bomb. Cherry Bomb being given lead. My apologies. Hester Sin is our white jammer. Cherry Bomb is our black jammer. Cherry Bomb picking up 4 points and lead for Team Black. And Cherry Bomb back into the pack, back out the front of the pack. 4 more points. It is a power jam for Team Black right now. Team Black, first jam of the second half, trying to break away with that lead once again. Cherry Bomb back in the pack, sneaking down the inside. There's the 4 points. Hester Sin on their feet in the box, which means the penalty's nearly over. And Hester Sin being released from the box. Cherry Bomb back in the pack, looking for more points though. Hester Sin slides through on the outside. Nicely done. And Cherry Bomb calls it. Four points being given to Team Black. On to our next jam. Sloppy Joe taking the star for Team White, and Loco Skater once more for Team Black. $85-69 is our score. Sloppy Joe is going to do what they can to correct that, picking up lead for Team White. Both skaters in the scoring position, but it's Sloppy Joe powering through the pack. Beautifully done. 4 points, Team White. And Sloppy Joe calls it. But not before Team Black get another 4 points. $89-76 in favor of Team Black. On to the next one. So, Loco taking the star for Team White, and Team Black and Loco being given a penalty. I think that's a back block penalty, so it is a power jam for Team Black. And Team Black being given a forearm penalty. Nope, we're still there. It's still 4 points. Yeah. So another 4 points up for Team Black. So I've just been told that our black jammer is Boot Skating Boogie, jamming under 05. I have them as 21, so that's where the confusion, my apologies. But Boot Skating Boogie doing a good thing, coming through the pack again, still on this power jam for Team Black, and probably saw Loco standing in the penalty box, which means the penalty's nearly up, and calling a jam off. 12 points on the board there for Team Black. Takes it to 101. Team White with 76 points. So it's going to be a power start for Lock and Load for the Black Jammer. Loco is on their feet in the penalty box. Lock and Load, the only jammer right now. And Lock and Load picking up lead just at turn number 1. Beautifully done, straight through. Locomotive being given freedom from the penalty box. Back on the track, but it's Lock and Load now back in the pack looking for points. And breaks through, beautifully done. 4 points, Team Black. Loco, the star off the helmet. And it's a star pass. Super smash hole, taking the star for Team White. Lock and Load, oh, picking up a cutting penalty. Going to the box. Lock and Load. Trying to call it off, but doesn't realize there is a penalty. So it's Super Smash. Oh, breaking through the pack with 4 on the board for Team White. Super Smash back in the pack. And there's another 4 points on the board for Team White. And Super Smash does it again. 4 more points, Team White. Lock and Load being released from the box. 2 jammers back on the track. Super Smash back in the pack, looking for points though, and breaks through. 4 points each. Both jammers hitting the back of the pack again. Super Smash picking the inside line. Lock and Load picks the outside and gets through first. 4 more points up there for Team Black as the jam times out. So our score is 113 Team Black, 93 Team White. And 22 minutes left on the clock. There's the whistle. So on to the next jam. We have Chapel Throne for Team Black. And Team White being given lead. That is Spicy Chip. Couldn't find them. Spicy Chip coming through the pack. With 4 on the board. Spicy Chip back in the pack looking for the points. And calling it from her knees. Okay, so we're on to the next one. It's a power jam for Team White. And that is Grave Digger. Both jammers on the track now. That is Chapel Throne being released from the box. But it is Grave Digger with lead for Team White. Chapel Throne in a scoring position. But the jam is getting called by Grave Digger. Four on the board for Team White. Vicious Vice taking the star in the next jam. And War Bunny for Team Black. War Bunny for Team Black picking up lead. Don't forget, these are two new skaters. Vicious Vice out in a scoring position as well. War Bunny coming around to the back of the pack. Looking for points, takes the outside line. Can they get through? Yeah, they do. And calls it at the same time. 4 points on the board for Team Black. On to the next jam. Trunchbull taking the star for Team White. And Cherry Bomb for Team Black. 117-105 in favor of Team Black right now. That's not a lot of points as a lead. And it is Team White being given lead. Trunchbull back into the pack, being chased down by Cherry Bomb. Both skaters coming out. Trunchbull calling it. 4 points on the board each. On to the next jam. Bear Witch Project for Team White. And Boot Skate and Boogie for Team Black. 121-109 our score. Bear Witch Project up at the front of the pack, but getting recycled. Boot Skate and Boogie comes out first, being given lead for Team Black. Bear Witch Project hard on their heels though. But it is going to be Boot Skate and Boogie going to get to that pack first, try and pick up some points. And comes through on the outside and calls it. And a last-minute backblock penalty being given to Bear Witch Project. So the next jam is going to be a power jam for Team Black. Banjack's the only jammer on the track for Team Black. $123-109 is our score in favor of Team Black right now. Banjack's got some supporters in the crowd. So, yep, we are on that official timeout right now. Just trying to figure out which jam is going to be where. Oh, it looks like both jammers sitting in the penalty box. There we go. That's the second time this game we've had this happen. So, 5 seconds being called under starters orders, but it's just the blockers. And there goes Bear Witch Project being released from the box immediately. And I'm guessing that is Boot Skate and Boogie being released as well. So 2 jammers on the track like it never happened. Bear Witch Project is the first jammer through, though, picking up lead for Team White. And Boot Skate and Boogie hard on their heels for Team Black. And Bear Witch Project says, no, I'm not going to have any of that. Calls it off before they duke it out getting to the pack. So our score still standing 123-109. And 15 minutes left to play. Polly Rocket takes the star for Team White. And Banjax once again for Team Black. Polly Rocket, Team White, Blast out the front, picking up lead. Banjax still got to get through. Polly Rocket coming round to the back of the pack, going to look for those points. Sneaks through, does a little hop over the apex as well. Got a couple of air miles there. Puts 4 points on the board for Team White, though. And Banjax with a star pass. She go quick with the star for Team Black now. Polly Rocket in the pack, out of the pack. 4 points being given. And the jam gets called. On to the next one. Lucille Brawl taking the star for Team White. And Loco Skater, Team Black. Loco Skater being given lead for Team Black, but getting sucked back into the pack. Loco Skater heading round to the back of the pack. A little bit of confusion there as to who is lead, but I think it's Loco Skater. Oh no, hang on a second. Looks like a penalty being given. Yep, Loco Skater in the box. And the star is off the helmet for Team White. And we do have a star pass. And it looks like Indigo Montoya with the star for Team White. Just making sure that was a legal star pass. It looks like it. Indigo Montoya now with the star heading back to the pack on this power jam for Team White. Indigo coming out through the pack. Four on the board for Team White. So the jam finally times out. 3 more points being given to Team Black. So we are on to the next jam. It is Pepto-Bismol being given lead for Team Black. Locomotive for Team White in a scoring position as well, but it's Pepto-Bismol who is heading to the pack, taking the outside line and picking up 4 points for Team Black. Loco back into the pack as well. Pepto-Bismol coming back yet again to look for the points in the pack. And Pepto picking up another 4 points, Team Black. And it looks like a cutting penalty being given to Locomotive. So it's a power jam for Team Black. Pepto coming through the pack and putting 4 more on the board for Team Black. And Pepto-Bismol does it again. 4 more on the board for Team Black. Locomotive being released from the box and the jam gets called. Okay, sorry about that. So we are on to the next one. It looks like it's Polly Rocket being given the lead for Team White. And Polly Rocket coming around, putting 4 on the board. Chapel Throne jamming for Team Black. But it's Polly Rocket does a thing on the outside, picks another 4 on the board, and calls it off. We're on to the next one. Sorry, just trying to get some more insights. So, Cherry Bomb jamming for Team Black. And that is Sloppy Joe for Team White. Cherry Bomb in lead jammer position. Sloppy Joe skating fast, though, coming around to the back of the pack. Hitting the pack. Cherry Bomb still caught up. Cherry Bomb comes through. Puts 4 on the board. Sloppy Joe still trying to get through on the outside line. Cherry Bomb coming around, do it again. There they go. 4 more points, Team Black. Sloppy Joe finally gets through. 4 points, Team White. And Cherry Bomb back into the pack, looking for more, calling it from the pack. With 2 on the board for Team Black. Team Black opening up their lead. 160 to 137 is our points. With just under 7 minutes left to play. Vicious Vice taking the star again for Team White. And War Bunny for Team Black. Again, the 2 new skaters. And it's Vicious Vice being given lead. War Bunny is in a scoring position now, but it's Vicious Vice heading around to the pack first, looking for those points. Picks the outside line, doesn't quite make it. Gonna get recycled, but calls it from the floor. 0 points. 3 points being given to Team White. $140-160 is our score. Trunchbull taking the star for Team White. And Banjax once again for Team Black. Trunchbull, Team White, lead jammer. Banjax stuck in the pack. Trunchbull sees that empty line on the inside and takes it for 4 on the board for Team White. Banjax with the star off the helmet. Trunchbull doesn't care, comes blasting through again and puts another 4 on the board for Team White. Lock and Load putting the star on the helmet now for Team Black. Trunchbull heading round to the pack again. Lock and Load fast on their feet. Trunchbull gets through on the outside line, calls it, puts 4 on the board. Lock and Load doesn't quite get there in time. Holds Team Black to 0 points. Once again, closing that gap. 160 Team Black, 152 Team White, 8 points in it. And 4 minutes left to play. Boot, Skate, and Boogie for Team Black. And Concussion for Team White are our next 2 jammers. The score is pretty close. We could see a razor finish here. Concussion for Team White being given lead. This is what they need right now. Boot, Skate, and Boogie out of the pack as well. Concussion going to get round to that pack first, though. 8 points in this. Concussion heads into the pack and calls it. 2 points for Team Black. And it's 4 points Team White. So 162, 156. That's 6 points in this. Our next 2 jammers, no pressure. War Bunny for Team Black and Indigo Montoya for Team White. War Bunny saw a hole on the outside, picks it up, took it, picks up lead for Team Black. Indigo Montoya takes space on the outside line, gets through the pack first, but it's War Bunny going to hit the pack first. Team Black going to try and keep that lead while they can. Our clock is under 3 minutes now. And War Bunny comes out. Not quite. There they go. 4 points on the board for Team Black, 4 points on the board for Team White. Both jammers hitting the pack at about the same time. War Bunny picking the outside line. Indigo Montoya getting caught up. 4 points being given to Team Black, and War Bunny calls it. We are still an 8-point difference. 170-162 is our score with under 2 minutes. On to the next jam. We have Lock and Load for Team Black and Polly Rocket for Team White. Polly Rocket sees a hole on the outside line, takes it, picks up lead for Team White. Lock and Load getting recycled behind Harry Slaughter. Polly Rocket back to the pack, looking for points. And Polly Rocket comes through. 4 on the board for Team White. A 2-point lead only now. Polly Rocket going to do everything they can to get through the pack. Once again, Lock and Load being recycled. Polly Rocket in the pack on the outside line. Can they hold it? Not quite. Lock and Load now out of the pack in a scoring position with 4 on the board. Polly Rocket back up on their feet. 4 points Team White and calling it. We are down to a 2-point lead. 174-172 is our score with about 30 seconds left on the clock. That is probably time for one more jam. Our next two jammers with no pressure on them whatsoever. Sloppy Joe for Team White and Pepto Bismol for Team Black. 2 points in it. Keep your eyes on the white jammer. There they go, picking up lead. That's what they needed. Sloppy Joe, lead jammer for Team White. Pepto Bismol in a scoring position as well. Sloppy Joe's got to get those points though. And Sloppy Joe does so. Puts 4 on the board for Team White. And pulling it off. And there it is. What a way to end this game. Our unofficial score, Team Black 174. And our winners this afternoon with 176 is Team White. That was a nice way to end the game. All about the last jam, the last couple of seconds. That was it. Final whistle's done. 174-176. Official score. Your winners, Team White. Spiceman over here. Thank you very much to him. So, MVPs for Team Black. MVP, Team Black, your MVP blocker is 57. She go quick. And your MVP jammer, number 10, Lock and Load. And for our winners this afternoon, Team White, your MVP blocker, 6758 is Loco. And your MVP jammer is number 23, Polly Rockets. Congratulations to these four fabulous skaters. Everybody put your hands together once more for these two amazing teams, Team Black and Team White. Thank you to everybody that helped make today possible, the refs, the NSOs, the admin staff, everybody else. And my name is Mike the Mike. Thank you for being with us this afternoon, and I'm out. See you next time.